So Nirmala is sharing her screen and she has some doubts. Nirmala, you can start. Hello. Till that time, maybe someone else can ask. She's arranging her sheet. Hi, Akash.
Sir, can you see my seat?
Yes, yes, we can see.
Yes, sir. So this is my address, location.
Okay.
This location actually I have typed manually, and which is taken from ship to address.
Okay, but what is the pattern? Can you click on one of the
Sir,
cells?
pattern is not confirmed, sir. It is
Okay.
SAP report.
So you are looking for what? State out of this?
Yes, state or city, whatever is possible.
So click on some of the cells. Let us see the full text, and then unless there is a pattern, it can't be done. Like the problem which I shared on Sunday, right? There was
Right.
a rough pattern. Okay, so that pattern has to be there. Otherwise, nobody can clean it automatically. Okay.
So there is pattern of state is confirmed here.
So what pattern is? Click on any cell and let us look at the formula bar.
Okay.
This cell, no. Click on column K. Let us look at the content.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you click on column K and wrap?
Okay.
Sir, before that, enable editing.
Yeah, enable editing. Yes, very good. So you are looking for Andhra Pradesh, and Andhra Pradesh is AD, right?
Right.
So anything which comes after IN, that is what you are looking for?
Yes, sir. Correct.
So then that's easy. Funny, or whoever can help, how should we approach this? Kajal, Akash.
Sir, we have to do a formula of Alt DE.
Alt DE वो क्या होता है?
Alt DE करेगा तो Alt DE. ये मैं करता था usually separate करने के लिए.
Text to columns का होता है क्या shortcut?
हाँ, text to column. हाँ, text to column.
Alt DE for text to column.
Text to columns manual होगा. Nirmala, can you share this file?
Yes, sir, sure.
Yeah. So please share it and I will try to explain.
Okay, sir, fine.
So everyone okay with continuing with text functions which are helpful in data cleaning? Shall we?
Sir, but here she is writing all the capital names, right? Sir, for Gurgaon, she is writing Delhi, and for Kakinada, she is mentioned as Andhra Pradesh.
So I think she is writing. So main change is whatever we have in the content, we will only pull that. If she needs something more than that, then she can create a mapping file and then she can use VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP further than that. But the first problem to solve will be extracting that text based on which she is writing something here. Understood? We cannot directly generate it, otherwise our formula will become too complex. So AD, IN, whatever she is looking into that text, that can be found. Or
Okay.
in fact, what we can do, let me open my file which I shared you on Sunday, and you will get many ideas out of that. And Funny has done like 1 or 2 people. They solved it.
Sir, can you?
Sorry? Nirmala, you were saying something?
Sir, my internet is
Okay.
disconnecting.
Yes, please say it again.
Sir, this is my seat. Can you see this seat?
I can see.
Sir, I have some problem in this. This is in red color, SO number.
Okay.
And actually मुझे इस billing
Nirmala, your voice is
में
breaking.
इतने जो है इसकी
आपकी voice break हो रही है बीच बीच में. So we are not able to understand. Okay. Maybe आप थोड़ा wait
Hello.
कीजिए. Your voice is breaking in between.
Okay. Okay, sir.
हाँ. So I will go through those functions and then maybe we can take it after that. So I will share my screen and open this. My screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. I will mute everyone. You can raise your hands and then ask questions. तब तक मैं focus करता हूँ यहाँ पे. Okay. So the purpose of this exercise is like Nirmala was extracting the state name or the ID. Here we need to extract this 248 or building 15. This is my area's addresses. So this was belonging to a restaurant actually. Okay. They were delivering to so many customers and I thought of plotting it in maps. Maps के लिए latitude longitude चाहिए. Latitude longitude के लिए I needed the building so that I can go to Google Maps and then find it. But सबसे पहले मेरे को building number चाहिए, right? So how to find the building map? And the address is unstructured. Like there is a pattern, but different waiters are feeding the address as per their understanding. Sometimes building is coming first, sometimes building is coming in between, sometimes it is coming last. Okay, so that was the structure. Sometimes they are typing building, sometimes they are typing BUILD, okay, and sometimes BUIL. So different spellings are also there. You can see this one. He was in a rush, so he typed only build. Okay, but there is a pattern. Like in Nirmala's file, there was a pattern that it comes after IN. So here there is a pattern that it comes after building. I think that's what Funny's formula was saying. So you need to find that position and we will do it in multiple steps. Okay. So logic kya hai? Logic is first you find, let's say, position of building. जो भी building build लिखा हुआ है उसका position वो कहां पर है. So if I look at this, मेरे को building ढूंढना है सबसे पहले. फिर मेरे को उसके बाद जो स्पेस है वो पोजीशन ढूंढना है एंड देन उसके बाद अगला स्पेस ढूंढना है मेरे को बिकॉज इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी क्योंकि इसके बाद नेक्स्ट चीज है अपार्टमेंट तो मेरे को उसके पहले स्टॉप हो जाना है. सो आई नीड टू फाइंड माई बिल्डिंग बिटवीन टू स्पेसेस. वन पर्टिकुलर स्पेस विच कम्स आफ्टर बिल्डिंग एंड समटाइम्स इट इज ओनली बिल्ड. ओके, सो मेरे को ये 3 कैरेक्टर ढूंढने. इट कैन बी 3 कैरेक्टर्स, इट कैन बी 2 कैरेक्टर्स, इट कैन बी 4 कैरेक्टर्स, आई डोंट नो, बट इट कम्स बिटवीन 2 स्पेसेस. ठीक है, समथिंग लाइक दैट. तो वी विल जस्ट गेट एन आइडिया. ठीक है, पूरा फॉर्मूले में मैं नहीं जाऊंगा. आई विल गिव यू सम आइडियाज एंड देन अकॉर्डिंगली क्रिएट योर स्ट्रक्चर बेस्ड ऑन योर सिचुएशंस. सो फर्स्ट थिंग इज व्हेनेवर समथिंग लाइक दिस इज हैपनिंग, ओके, यू नीड टू गेट अ पोजीशन. आपका स्पेस का पोजीशन कहां पर है, ये वाला स्पेस का पोजीशन किधर है. ठीक है, सो वन फॉर्मूला व्हिच आई कैन राइट इज देयर इज अ फंक्शन नोन एज फाइंड. ओके, आई एम नॉट यूजिंग द function like text before and text after. They are only available in Office 365 and that is also in the newest version, Office Insider version. Okay, they are not available for everyone, so I am not going through that, but we will cover that also if we are left with some time. So find what? Find text. So I am looking for some text. That text can be BUILDING. Then within which text? Within this text. Okay, and close the bracket. And now you can see building मेरे को सबसे पहले जगह पे ही मिल गया इस फर्स्ट लाइन में. सेकेंड लाइन में it is at the 11th and like that it is coming, and now here it is not coming. So we need to see why my pattern is not working, why it is failing. Okay, so you can see here building is there is no problem, but building is there in small letter. B is small case. So that problem can come later on. Okay, people, we don't know, we are not sure that they will always type it in capital B. So to solve it, then I will not use find function. I will use another function that is known as search. Search and find function both are exactly same. Only thing is find is case sensitive. वो जो दोगे वो ही ढूंढ के देगा. Search will ignore the text case. Search will ignore the case. So ये कर दिया. And now that error which was coming, वो अभी solve हो गया है. It is still giving the result. Let's go further. यहाँ पे क्या result आ रहा है? BUILING. D, the person who was typing, he forgot the D. Okay. And then यहाँ पे क्या है? BUILD. And then here BUIL. So what is common between all these? At least BUIL is the common, right? Correct? That's the common thing. So let us calibrate our formula कि मैं सिर्फ BUIL search करूंगा, not building, because building is not there. In majority of the cases it is there, but in some cases it is not there. And I think Funny's formula was searching for building, and that's why some of them were not able to find. So build will give me result, hopefully, everything. And we can look at this. Let us see. Okay, yes, I think this is fitting to the pattern of each cell. So you need to start like this. कि पहले जो भी आपको मोटा मोटा पैटर्न दिख रहा है, start with that. And then उसको improve करते जाओ based on the cells which are giving you errors. Okay, so this particular thing is fine. But मेरे को building की position से मतलब नहीं है. मेरे को B. So what is the position? Building means जहां पे building start होता है, that position we have got. I am not really interested in that. I am interested in the space after that. Okay. So now look at this. Position of space after building. Something like that. ठीक है. अभी मैं उसके लिए formula लिख रहा हूँ. So I will again go with one more search function. And what I want to find? I want to find space. So I will type space in double quotes. Where can I find? I can find it here and press enter. And it has given me 9 is the space. And यहाँ पे it has given me 7. जबकि मेरे को तो building के बाद वाला space चाहिए. ठीक है? So if you just find space, it will give you the first space. But in the search function, there is a third argument. The third argument is that you can start finding a particular text or character after a certain position. मेरे को कोई भी space नहीं चाहिए. I need to find an space which is after building, which means which is after this cell. क्योंकि building तो मेरा यहाँ पे मिलता है, तो इसके पहले अगर कुछ भी मिला तो वो मेरे काम का नहीं है, right? So I am finding after building. So that's why I found this building position, and that is helping me कि ये जो building है इसके बाद जो space आता है, I am interested in that, क्योंकि वहां से मेरा building का number start होता है. So search space in this cell, but only after this position. So when I press enter, it is giving me 9. So earlier it was giving us 1 starting point, and now we are getting the position of the space after that building or build or build. Okay. So ये अपन को दे देगा अपना बाकी का पार्ट. ठीक है. अभी मेरे को एक और स्पेस चाहिए. ये तो स्टार्टिंग बिफोर माय बिल्डिंग नंबर स्टार्ट्स, उसके पहले वाला स्पेस है, उसके बाद वाला भी चाहिए, सो दैट मैं उनके बीच का डेटा ले सकूं. So I will say space after building number. तो वो ढूंढना है. सेम लॉजिक से जो मैंने अभी लगाया कि बिल्डिंग वर्ड के बेस पे जो पोजीशन मिल रहा है उसको इग्नोर करो और मेरे को नेक्स्ट स्पेस ढूंढ के दो. अभी मैं बोल रहा हूं कि ये वाली पोजीशन इग्नोर करो, इसके नेक्स्ट वाला दे दो मेरे को. सो आई विल राइट द एग्जैक्ट सेम फंक्शन इक्वल search and then search what we are looking for space where in this and कौन सा वाला चाहिए. We don't want after this because वो तो मिल गया है. We want after this. So we will say this. अगर मैं यही पोजीशन दे दूंगा तो वो स्पेस उसको उसी पोजीशन में मिल जाएगा. So I need to skip this position. So that's why I will add +1 to it. Because if I don't add +1, so what is the meaning of this third argument? Third argument says कि whatever you are mentioning from that point it will start finding. तो ये पोजीशन तो स्पेस का ही है तो वो यही वाला दे देगा वापस. So I need to skip that one and that's why I have added कि इसको एक कैरेक्टर आगे बढ़ा दो. So that gives me 13, 9 and then 13. Okay. So 9th was this space. If you look here, 9th was this space. Then 10 is 1, 11 is this, 12 is comma and then this space. Why I went for space? Because comma मेरे को not, I am not sure whether he will put comma in the address or not after building. तो इसलिए स्पेस ज्यादा रिलायबल लगा मुझे. ओके एंड अगेन गाइस हियर अंडरस्टैंड द लॉजिकल अप्रोच. ये सिचुएशन आपके पास नहीं है एग्जैक्टली. इट्स जस्ट दैट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड लॉजिकली उसको कैसे अप्रोच करना है. मेरे को कौन सी पोजीशन चाहिए होगी जिसके बेस पे मेरा डेटा मिल जाएगा. ओके सो हियर आई हैव गिवन दिस एंड here 13 is coming, that's correct. यहाँ पे नहीं आ रहा है, ठीक है, because it was the last character, so it cannot find space. Okay, so no problem, उसको बाद में solve करेंगे. We can solve it using length or something like that. Okay, और अभी भी कर सकते हैं. We can say if there is an error then give me length of my this cell. Because space या तो होगा, अगर बीच में है तो space होगा ही होगा, right? If space is not there, then chances are there that it is the last character. The building number is the last character. Okay. And now it is giving me 27 because it was last character. Okay. Now, so we have got this position, we have got this position. इनके बीच का character is what we are looking for. So let's try to find the text and then उसको बाद में clean करेंगे. So text between spaces. And for that, because these are not starting position or ending position, these are in between position. So we need to use mid function. So I will use mid in this text. And then starting position is this, but this is the position of space. I am not interested in space. I am interested in the number after that space. So I will say +1, comma. Then how many characters? I would say 13 minus whatever it is, because that would be the width at the most. So I will say this minus this and close the bracket here. Let's see what results we get and if it is fitting our requirements or not. Okay. So here building was 15, 15 comma is coming, 248, 248 is coming, 228, 228 is coming, 01 building, 01 is coming. And here the last one was, यहाँ पे we were getting error, right? So 80 is also coming. So more or less it is coming right. Here there is some issue. We need to find what is that issue. Okay, building space. Okay, understood. So why this is not coming, anyone? Why this is not coming?
Two spaces are there.
Two spaces are there. So it is confused, right? There's nothing in between those two spaces. So what you need to do before doing anything here, before doing anything, you should trim your text so that if there are multiple spaces by mistakes, and then you do all these calculations. So multiple spaces issue will not like create an obstruction in your result. Okay, I'm not doing that, but I'm saying rather than I will use this address, I will use another column which can say clean address. Okay. So that, I think that is the issue. So here building 20, I think same issue is there. Here two spaces are there, 1 and 2. Yeah, correct. Same goes here. So let's say I use or I trim it somehow. I will have to change so many things. So let's say build and search trim of this. Let's create a new column. We can use that. So this one is equal to trim of this cell. And then all my formulas, they will be based on this, what will I call it? Address. Okay. So here my formula will be based on address. This one also based on this new address. This one is also new address, and same goes here. And same is here, address should be changed to, yeah. And now it is giving more results. Okay, यहाँ there is some issue, building 5 and there is no space. ठीक है, इसको कैसे solve करेंगे आप? How will we solve it? Anyone?
Can we add space over there?
How? Manually? यहाँ पे डॉट है. Okay, चलो एक वन सॉल्यूशन बनाते हैं इसका. Anyone else? Any thoughts?
Can we use substitute function here?
Substitute, how? What do we need to use? तो एक काम करते हैं. Most of the places it is coming right? Majority of the places. Only problem वहां पे आ रहा है जहां पे इसने स्पेस नहीं दिया है. ठीक है. So let's tackle it in the first step itself. Rather than address, मैं बोलता हूं एड्रेस में सब्स्टिट्यूट यूज करते हैं, एंड दिस इज द ओरिजिनल टेक्स्ट. आई एम सेइंग प्लीज रिप्लेस माय कॉमा विथ स्पेस. Everyone okay with this approach? So wherever comma is there in the address, एक बार 25 बार every time, it will get replaced by space. And problem ये होगा कि कई जगह डबल कॉमा होगा, ट्रिपल कॉमा होगा, जैसे यहाँ पे डबल कॉमास है. No problem. Once it get replaced by space, trim will take care of it. It will remove the extra spaces and your problem is solved. Let's try that. And not only that problem is solved, हमारा जो एक्स्ट्रा कॉमा आ रहा था वो प्रॉब्लम भी सॉल्व हो गया है. Only issue is one dot. So ये काम डॉट के साथ भी कर सकते हैं, बट बहुत ही कम इश्यूज हैं. मतलब we can handle it manually, or we can again write one more substitute. If it is having dot, then replace that also with space. And but I think the accuracy is quite good. Only dot wala scene hai yahan pe. If I go inside this, dot wala issue है. एक दो जगह flat वगैरह भी कुछ है. I think वो dot के बाद वाला flat होगा. Okay, there is no space. ठीक है. Space ही नहीं है. ठीक. So obviously we can only improve accuracy. अगर pattern नहीं है तो उसका फिर manually जुगाड़ है. But you understood. Now let me break this problem. क्या क्या functions use होते हैं जो आपको help करते हैं data cleaning में.
सर एक डाउट है, प्रीवियस पेज पे जाना मतलब.
Yeah.
सर जैसे डॉट के लिए आप सब्स्टिट्यूट एक और बार लगाना चाहते हो तो
हाँ.
वो कैसे लगाओगे? एंड फंक्शन के थ्रू लगाओगे आप? एंड फंक्शन के थ्रू?
Substitute doesn't work like that. वो it has to be repeated fully. So-
हाउ सर, हाउ?
So I
प्लीज
will use
राइट.
this result. I will use this result, this one, red one, and इसके बाहर I will put substitute. Substitute whatever we are getting, and then I am saying, so this is what we are getting. Then I need to take a dot and replace it with an space, and then close the bracket for 3. So whatever comma wala jo operation tha, I took that result and kept it inside another substitute where comma, this dot is getting replaced by space. Okay. So that problem is also going. Only jahan pe dot bhi nahi tha, space bhi nahi tha, comma bhi nahi tha, wo wali situations we will still be left with, and we will see unka kaise kar sakte hain. ठीक है. आई थिंक है ही नहीं क्या? एक दो तो होंगे. हाँ. There is only one situation which this 314 flat. बाकी everything else is solved. Okay. उसको इग्नोर करते हैं. Now let us understand the approach. जब कोई पैटर्न नहीं होता है, so patterns एक तो सिंपल वाले पैटर्न हो सकते हैं. Let me open my files. Desktop and text functions and okay. Okay. So look at this. Whenever there are simple patterns, I need to break this into these two. So I can say left 2 digits. इसके लिए I can say right to 3 digits. Okay. When this pattern is simple, these functions will work. थोड़ा और problem आता है, तो then अपना mid function and len का combination we can use. उसके बाद थोड़ा और complexity आता है कि कुछ भी pattern नहीं है, but yes, there is a pattern of characters कि hyphen के बाद my result is coming. So then I go for search or find function and they give me the position when to start and when to stop. Okay. Then substitute function helps us to eliminate some characters which we don't want or which are like obstructing our process. So we can replace hyphen with space, comma with space or something else. Sometimes trim will help. Okay. So ये सारे functions ही आपको help करेंगे. So let's start with some functions. Simple function है left, right, and mid. Left means extract something from the left side, starting side. Right means extract something from the ending side. So majority of the time in simple situations, these three will help. But if that position is not clearly defined in your pattern, then these functions may need, especially this one, these functions may need the support of either find function or search function. What is their role? Their role is to find a particular position of a character. And both the functions, find function finds a text within a text, okay, and then this third argument is optional, but it is quite important when the situation is complex. You can specify that ये वाले के बाद वाला मुझे चाहिए, इस character के after this character I need to find my space or my hyphen or my whatever I'm finding. Difference between these two is this one is very case sensitive. इसको capital बोलोगे capital ढूंढेगा, small बोलोगे small ढूंढेगा, exactly same ढूंढेगा. Case sensitive. Search is like not case sensitive. ठीक है, इतना मिल गया. Sometimes what may happen that our pattern may be getting disturbed because of some characters or some extra things. So trim will help you in reducing extra spaces. It will not get rid of every space. It will keep one space between the two words or multiple words. At least one space it will keep. Okay. Then comes which function? Substitute. So trim will be on substitute. Okay. Trim will only remove extra, but sometimes we may need to get rid of everything, every space, or maybe some other character replaced by something which is more workable. Okay. So substitute function helps in that. Like in this scenario, we replaced comma and dots with space, and space was taken care by trim. And that's how our process after that was easily workable. Okay. So ye ho gaya. Then comes sometimes sometimes you might also need if error. Sometimes you also want maybe the len itself, len function, which is nothing but length of or number of characters of a cell. Okay, because now jahan pe ending word my building was there, this 80 was the ending word. So how to define the end point when there is no extra space after my building space? So what is the end point? End point is nothing but your length. So I used that as a like a pillar to support that space which was not available. Okay. So this is fine. Then what else? Any other function which comes to your mind in terms of text categories? Then there are other functions जो कि काम आ सकते हैं. Text join. These are all new functions. Text join, text split, split, then text after, text before. Now text after and text before functions, they have really like solved the problem, but only thing is these functions are not available with everyone. Look at this. अभी मैं बोलूं कि मेरे को text after ये दोनों पोजीशन मेरे को मिल गया था 9 and 12. उसके बाद भी मैंने इतना बड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स फॉर्मूला लिखा, राइट? मैं सिंपल बोल सकता हूं यहां पे टेक्स्ट after, text after, let's say after normal cell, let's say, and if I say space, so text delimiter is space, instance number, यहाँ पे instance number you can directly tell कि कौन से वाले space के बाद आना चाहिए. ठीक है. So anyway, I am ignoring that for now. And then case sensitive, not case sensitive, उसको भी ignore कर सकते हैं. Match mode, वो सब let's ignore, इतना ही ठीक है. Text after space. So इसने building के बाद मेरा जो पहला space था उसके बाद वाला text दे दिया. So I just need, yeah.
सर आप सी कॉलम ले लो ना. आप सी कॉलम पे आपने पोजीशन दे रखी है बिल्डिंग की.
हाँ बट ठीक है, करेक्ट, वो भी ठीक है, बट आई नीड दिस पोजीशन एक्चुअली. बट ये पोजीशन पे नहीं काम करता, इट वर्क्स ऑन
सर
कैरेक्टर।
मैं कह रहा हूँ सर, इंस्टांसेस जहाँ पे आ रहा है वहां पे आप पोजीशन दे दो सी कॉलम की।
नहीं, इंस्टेंस इज डिफरेंट देन द पोजीशन। इंस्टेंस इज लाइक फर्स्ट स्पेस, सेकंड स्पेस, थर्ड स्पेस। इंस्टेंस इज
ओके
occurrence, ओके।
ओके
एंड अर्लियर वाले में पोजीशन होती है। तो यहाँ पे इंस्टेंस मेरे को पता नहीं है, मेरे को उसकी पोजीशन पता है 9th पे, बट इट इज द सेकंड इंस्टेंस और थर्ड इंस्टेंस, मे बी आई डोंट नो, इट कैन बी डिफरिंग, राइट? दैट्स द इशू, ओके। सो इंस्टेंस दैट्स व्हाई वो रेडिली अवेलेबल नहीं है, बट आई एम सेइंग कि इसके साथ काम करना बहुत इजी हो जाएगा अगर अपन थोड़ा सा और टाइम लगाएं। तो टेक्स्ट आफ्टर एंड टेक्स्ट बिफोर मे बी कैन सिंप्लीफाई इट फर्दर, जो हमने इतने सारे स्टेज में। नाउ थिंक ऑफ इट, मैंने ये 4 स्टेज में फॉर्मूला लिखा, इफ आई हैव टू राइट इट इन वन सिंगल सेल, वो कितना कॉम्प्लेक्स होगा?
वो कॉम्प्लिकेटेड हो जाएगा।
ओके, कर सकते हो, इट इज नॉट, हमको बस प्लग करना है उसके अंदर, नेस्टेड 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 हो जाएगा। लेट मी शो यू एग्जैक्टली मैंने क्या लिखा था, कहीं तो होगा। सो देयर वाज अ रेस्टोरेंट हियर इन दुबई, the name was Egg Dhaba, and we were consulting it Lime Tray, ED customers. Okay. So this was the exact formula which I have written. This was the address. And this was the formula. So again, I was, okay, even I cannot read it now, but ultimately we were searching for build. Then we were trimming or original text, सब जगह trim कर रहे थे. Then we were adding one, maybe to get next position, ठीक है? And T I kept, okay. I did not find this. So there is one thing here which is common to this area, is that in this area the building number cannot be more than 3 digits. So once I found this position, I just extracted 3 more or 4 more characters after that, because it cannot be more than 4 or 5 digits. So it was easy for me. So this particular thing was not actually required. It was not required in that particular situation, because this particular area is having only 3-digit building at the max. Okay, so here in the formula I have directly written that 3. Anyways, you will not be able to understand, even I am not able to understand like this. So go stage by stage and improve upon that. Never try to write the full formula in one single place. Okay, धीरे धीरे करके it can be done. And कोई भी cleaning का formula हो, these are the functions which will help you. These can be ignored for the time being. Basically यहाँ से आ जाएगा. Sometimes you may want value function also, because that can convert text into values and it can eliminate the initial zeros. Sometimes you may also need help of text function, which can add zeros if required. If there is a 2-digit number, it can be made 3-digit with the help of text function. If there is a date, it can be formatted in a particular manner. Okay, so इनका use भी कम होगा. Mainly these are the functions which will help you to clean the data. Now
Concatenate.
concatenate, yes, concatenate and text join, these are of similar category. Concat
and concatenate, दो अलग अलग.
So these are new categories which can handle the range itself. I think we have discussed it in one of the session earlier also. So those who are new, you can refer to that section. But these are mostly new functions. Okay, concatenate is the old one. And
Text row,
concatenate,
text rows and text calls.
हाँ वो सब नए हैं, even I don't know अभी तो. ठीक है. Now there was one more question from I think Kajal, and she was asking कि मेरे को ये text after वगैरह नहीं मिल रहा है. Kajal, is it done now?
No, sir.
So this text after, text before, text split, and we
नहीं आ रहा.
वी स्टैक वगैरह ये सब नए फंक्शंस हैं. They were launched in
Okay.
March 2022. Okay.
Hmm.
So the way to get it is that they are not publicly launched. Maybe they are
Hmm.
trying them. So सबको नहीं दिया है. जिसको लेना है वो ले लो. ठीक है.
Okay.
Here in the search box, if you are having Office 365, only those people
Hmm.
can have it. You need to type Office Insider, Microsoft
Okay.
365 Insider. So
Hmm.
इसको click करके and then agree to their terms कि this is beta version, no problem, I don't have any
Hmm.
objections and all. And then उसको restart करोगे install करने के बाद, so it will these functions will come.
अच्छा रीस्टार्ट नहीं किया था, इतना तो मैंने कर लिया था, फिर उसके बाद
शायद
रीस्टार्ट.
restart नहीं किया था, अभी दोबारा खोलोगे तो hopefully it will come.
हाँ मैं ट्राई
मैंने ऐसे
करती
किया था. I was also very like bothered कि मेरे को नहीं आ रहा है. I want to use those functions.
हूँ.
Okay. Basically, these two functions are like one of my favorite. Text before these four actually. Okay. They can simplify कि ये इतने सारे functions की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी. ये उतना काम simplify कर सकते हैं. Joining के perspective से this one and splitting के perspective से this one. This is amazing. This is amazing. Why? The text split function can split data into columns as well as rows, जो कि possible ही नहीं था Excel में आज तक. Columns वाला था, text to columns you can do. Okay, and it can ignore emptiness and many other things. Now, there are multiple options for people who are scared of functions initially.
Yeah,
Nobody
sorry to
should be-
ask, can you make some example for text split? Because I have not followed properly.
Text split,
Yes, sir.
let's say this is the data.
Yes.
Okay, I want to split it into based on the space. So text split, let me hide it. So equal text split, text is this. Then how do you want to split it, in columns or in rows? Maybe I want to split it in rows. So I will skip column delimiter. I will say ki to split it into rows, the delimiter, the separator is space. And I will type space like that. Close the bracket here. And this will give you the splitted cells in one.
Why two commas?
Because it asks you want to split in columns or in rows?
Okay.
If you want it in side by side, then I will write this space. The separator is for columns, not rows. So result will be horizontal.
Okay.
So it's up to you how your space or structure is there, which can accommodate sometimes this. If you are having a vertical data, maybe you will split it horizontally. If you are having horizontal data, maybe you would like to split it vertically because the space will be available in the opposite direction. Okay.
Okay, this is the one column data we are splitted, but if the data is in multiple columns,
Multiple columns, they're already splitted.
no, I want to make it in a vertical row, so vertical position.
So you need to tell me the situation. But what can happen that, let's say if you are having multiple columns, then join them using
Simple example is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H column. So there are the different names are there. So in the horizontal way, I want to make it in a vertical way with functions.
I think last time we
transpose function.
we can use VStack, we can use, I think.
Oh, yes, it's there. Yes, VStack and STack. That's
so transpose is good enough if it is continuous and one cell at a time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sir,
Next
I have a doubt.
Yeah.
सर पाइवेट टेबल जैसे हम लगा देते हैं तो, और अगर पाइवेट टेबल हमें वहां से रिमूव करना है तो वो कैसे होगा?
कहां से रिमूव करना है?
सर जैसे शीट पे हमने पाइवेट टेबल लगा दी है, अब उसे हटाना है, हमें पाइवेट वो स्पेस नहीं चाहिए, वो पाइवेट टेबल नहीं चाहिए, तो रिमूव करनी है मेरे को उसको शीट से.
Okay, so
वो
you
कैसे
want to lose the data or you want to keep the data but the pivot features you want to remove
पिवट टेबल ही रिमूव करनी है मेरे को
with the content?
विद द कंटेंट?
Simply delete कर दो.
एक बार सर करके बता दो एक बार.
Insert pivot table. Let's say this is there and I'm
Yes.
having these let's take some count. Okay, so select the pivot, Control A and press delete. That's it.
Okay. And another question.
It may be possible that you are not selecting the complete pivot. उसके ऊपर कुछ filters होंगे इसलिए वो पूरा select नहीं हो रहा होगा. That may be the reason.
Okay, okay.
So if you partially
Sir-
select it, let's say if you just select this cell and press delete, वो बोलेगा no.
Okay.
Okay.
So complete pivot table select करके and
Yes.
then.
And there's another way. So sometimes what happens ki there, if you add some, let's say address is filters. So here there is a space. Now pivot को कैसे select करें पूरा? So either you select full range, जो भी including filters, or you go there and I think यहाँ पे there is a selection option, select an entire pivot table. So this can help you in selecting if it is spread over a big area. Okay. So that way it can be
Sir?
selected. Yes.
Sir, while choosing this na Office Insider channel, they are giving two options: current channel preview and the beta. Which one we have to choose?
I'm
Beta.
not sure. I did it long back, but beta should be the one because that is generally for trying purpose.
Okay.
Next
सर
question.
सेकंड क्वेश्चन है सर, जैसे हम VLOOKUP लगाते हैं तो उसका जो लास्ट मतलब सिंटेक्स रहता है वो जीरो रहता है, ट्रू जीरो रहता है फॉल्स के लिए एंड 1 रहता है ट्रू के लिए.
Yes.
0 फॉर एग्जैक्ट मैच एंड 1 फॉर अप्रोक्सीमेट मैच.
Yeah.
सर अगर मैं 0 और 1 ना लगाऊं
तो one
और
assume
तो वो बाय डिफॉल्ट क्या लेगा? वो
one.
अप्रोक्सीमेट मैच लेगा वो.
Yes. So you should
Okay.
always have 4 parameters in VLOOKUP. Otherwise, your results may go toss.
And another question.
Yeah.
सर जैसे हम पाइवेट टेबल बनाते हैं तो हम जैसे मेरा काम क्या रहता है, बार बार मेरे को क्लासिक पाइवेट टेबल बनानी पड़ती है.
Why?
तो हेलो.
What's the reason
तो सर
for classic?
सर क्योंकि मेरे को ना उसका फॉर्मेट अच्छा लगता है और उसी फॉर्मेट में मेरे को आगे शेयर करना पड़ता है.
I have not used a lot of classic pivot tables. Okay, but what is the problem coming after that?
प्रॉब्लम ये है कि मैं चाहता हूं कि वो क्लासिक पाइवेट टेबल बाय डिफॉल्ट हो जाए और मैं नहीं चाहता कि बार बार मेरे को बार बार जाके ऑप्शंस में जाके डिस्प्ले में जाके और उसको चूज करना पड़े, और जो सब टोटल है वो मैं पाइवेट टेबल में ऑफ करना चाहता हूँ. ऐसे ही मतलब एक तो मैं क्लासिक व्यू को बाय डिफॉल्ट करना चाहता हूँ और सब टोटल को ऑफ करना चाहता हूँ. अगर ऐसा हो सकता है तो सर आइडिया कुछ.
नहीं, so idea simple है. It is not there by default, which you can set. जहां तक मेरी knowledge है, हो भी सकता है. I've never explored it. Maybe in the options, if you find somewhere in the data pivot table यहाँ पे हो, there might be an option कि मेरे को by default classic pivot table दिखाओ. Just explore it somewhere here in the advanced or in the data option. ठीक है, एक वो एक्सप्लोर करना. सेकेंड ऑप्शन ये है कि ठीक है, यू जस्ट वांट टू सेव टाइम, राइट? रिबन में जाने के बजाय और वो सब टोटल हटाने के बजाय. सो
Tabular form.
उसका ऑप्शन ये हो सकता है कि यू क्रिएट अ सिंपल रिकॉर्ड अ सिंपल मैक्रो विद दीज एक्टिविटीज जो आप रेगुलरली करते हो, एंड देन वो 1 क्लिक सॉल्यूशन बन जाएगा.
ओके.
ठीक है, सो दैट can be done. So ideally देखो, those who are into report making or data analysis, ideally क्या होनी चाहिए आपकी जर्नी? Your data is there in some files, right? Data files अभी, and then there is a report file. Fine. अभी क्या होता है, most of the time आपका डेटा जहां पे भी होता है वहां से आप कॉपी पेस्ट करते हो, इट गोज इनटू द रिपोर्ट फाइल. रिपोर्ट फाइल, व्हेन आई से रिपोर्ट फाइल मींस रिपोर्ट जहां पे बना रहे हो वो एक्सेल. ओके. And your data file means you may be downloading it from a system, you may be getting it from another colleague. Okay. And
or
some
software.
or some software, yes. And sometimes what happens जब ये दोनों चीजें आप, so this is always in your control because you are creating it. Sometimes it may be possible कि data भी आप ही बना रहे हो, you are the only one who is creating the data by typing or maybe by copy pasting or it. So that person, what he does, he mixes data plus report together, and the more complexities will come. Ideally, what should happen, that data should be used using Power Query. Okay. Power, let's call it query. Power Query will give you a clean data set in the form of a table. That table can give a pivot table. That pivot table can give a pivot chart, or maybe here table can also be used to power pivot, and that can also give pivot chart, or this table can also be used for Power BI, and then visualizations and many other things are there. So ideally your journey should be like this, and report should be somewhere here. Report will come somewhere here. This thing should be managed here. Okay. If this approach you follow, let's say tomorrow you are getting one file, and day after tomorrow your structure, maybe after 2 months your structure changes. Once your structure changes, your pivot is still dependent on this, and this is dependent on Power Query. Power Query internal process can be changed based on the new structure, but final output can still be delivered the same way. So your rest of the process will be untouched. It will not be affected. When you are directly using this data file to create something like यहाँ से लेकर के सीधे हमने report बना दिया. So whenever this structure is getting changed, this structure has to change. There is no other way. Report will get impacted, and your final workings will have to be redone. Majority, or maybe 50%, 60%, depending on the changes. So all this, like many of you are in Power BI already. Many of you have access to like or we will start with Power Query because we have promised you that. Okay. Start learning this thing. It is the critical thing which will solve your problem. Yesterday only I was watching one video, and there was a research done by Kaggle. Kaggle is one of the data agencies जो sample data provide करती है of many industries, restaurants, big companies. They say that roughly 40% time goes into data preparation, and this tool helps in data preparation. So once you master this tool, which is not a tool which is kind of you need to learn programming, that is not the case. It is through the interface. It is very user friendly, and the learning curve is also not very lengthy. It can be learned within maybe a week or 2, and you will be able to reach to a decent level ताकि आगे की जर्नी आपकी स्मूथ हो सके. But sadly, this portion is missing in, I would say, 99% of you. And because of this, every time कुछ भी चेंज होगा यहाँ पे, वो इम्पैक्ट करेगा इनको. सारे फॉर्मूलेज वगैरह सब कुछ बदलने पड़ेंगे. ठीक है. एंड देन आपकी लाइक पीस ऑफ माइंड इज नेवर सिक्योर्ड.
सर पावर क्वेरी से हम सारे क्लीनिंग हैंडल कर सकते हैं, सारी क्लीनिंग?
I would not say sorry. It depends on the structure of the data, but a majority of the things which you do manually can be done using Power Query. Majority.
जैसे आपने अभी ये बिल्डिंग वाला एग्जांपल दिया, तो ये वाला सॉल्व हो सकता था?
शायद, maybe, may not be. Okay.
Sir, I have a query.
So let me give you a
Really?
perspective. Before that, Nirmala, just give me 30 more.
Yeah, sure.
So what I will give you a perspective. So a majority of this exercise, some of the results we could have got using flash fill. How many of you are aware about flash fill?
Yes, control E.
I know, sir.
So flash fill can give you, what is the drawback of flash fill or limitation of flash fill? It is manual, right? You have to execute it every time whenever data changes.
We cannot put dynamics, sir.
We cannot put, right? Correct. Same goes with some of you have used, like one of you was saying that I have used text to columns, right? That is very easy, but that is also manual. So ये चीजें can be eliminated using formulas, which I agree that sometimes they get difficult to write, but they are a better solution than these things, which are easy solutions, but not permanent solutions. What if I say that majority of these things, ठीक है, I can also say कि ये PQ के through भी हो सकता है काफी कुछ, depending on the situation actually, okay? And PQ से flash fill वाला काम भी होता है. There is a functionality inside Power Query which has this flash fill or columns by example kind of thing, but that is automated. Text to column, text split functionality is there, but that is automated. So PQ will automate a lot of things, if not everything. And believe me, after 2013, when it came, I am using Power Query in everything whenever I do some report through Excel. And the good part is, this is not only in Excel. Same environment is available in Power BI. So whatever you will learn here, you can immediately use in Power BI also. Exactly same menu is there. Okay. So focus on this whenever it comes to data preparation, data cleaning. Data cleaning is not the right word because every time we may not be needing the data cleaning like we needed in this case for building. But data preparation, data restructuring, data transformation, transpose करना, उनको group करके छोटा करना, summarize करना, right? All those things can be done using Power Query. And then those, once that is done, then इन चीजों का use कर सकते हो, which we have already learned and which we can like take it to more advanced level. Nimla, please go ahead.
रो लेबल एंड सम ऑफ अमाउंट. मुझे इस यहाँ पर सी कॉलम में सेल्स मैनेजर का नाम चाहिए, तो मैं पॉसिबल है?
Where?
In C column, I need a sales manager's name.
Here?
Yes, in C column.
So pivot के अंदर last column cannot be a text column.
Okay.
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 So it has to be value column. It can be done through outside formula like VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP, but pivot के अंदर से वो possible नहीं होगा.
Okay.
If there is a value associated, तो वो होगा ही. Let's say ये नहीं है, तो मैं इसके बगल में manager ला सकता हूँ. But if number is there somehow, then
Okay.
I cannot get any text after that. Because अगर मैं text कहाँ पे लाऊंगा? इसके बाद लाने के लिए तो मेरे को यहाँ पे लाना पड़ेगा values में. And values में anything text that will be counted, it cannot be shown as it is.
Okay.
So I don't know a way, even if it is possible, but I think it is not possible. Okay.
Okay, sir. हाँ, रेगुलर बेसिस पर मुझे ऐसा रिपोर्ट लाइक मुझे मैन्युअली बनाना पड़ता है. सो बिकॉज रीजन वाइज जो भी सेल्स मैनेजर होता है उनको रिपोर्ट भेजना एंड
हाँ.
उनसे कुछ इनपुट लेना है, तो मुझे मैन्युअली करना पड़ता है. लाइक सम अनदर ऑप्शन इज देयर.
डेटा कैसा दिखता है उस पर डिपेंड करता है, but the journey should be this.
Slicers he can use, sir. Slicer with pivot.
How that will that help? she is just thinking of a report, like regular basis पे she is doing something. So how to minimize the like repetitive work? I think that's what she is asking.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, right.
There will be one part of that solution, maybe. Okay. But always follow this. So we will very soon we will start with this Power Query. Okay. So don't worry about that. And once maybe we'll take one session very soon. Okay. So uske baad some things will be cleared.